narrate what you didn't even say, what he or she didn't even witness. So what has happened
to rock the boat?
To rock the boat. What has happened to Jam is that Jam admitted that, and you know the beauty of it is that Professor Ishaq Oloyede didn't even throw his vendors under the bus, because he knew very well that whatever has happened, we are going to make corrections and move forward. And Citizen Jones, you always have a proverb you tell us, that the Chinese have a proverb, or is it the Chinese or the Japanese? That when you fall seven times, you must
get up 8 times.
8 times. And Late Chief Obafemi Awolowo had this saying that the hallmark of a great man is not in falling, but in the ability to rise after each fall. Yeah. Because life is about up and down. You will fall, you rise.
And your Yoruba people have this adage, and I dare say on some other parts of the country. If a small child falls down,
he looks forward and when the elderly falls, meaning when an elderly person falls, he looks back.
Do you know why he looks back? To how many people saw me fall down, and is it the load I'm carrying, and what caused the fall?
And why the man is looking back is that the man is even looking at this fall. Was it precipitated from behind? Was it? I just didn't fall. How come I fell here? Yeah. Why didn't I fall there? Something must have.
Oh yeah.
So, as responsible legislators, which we expected the Southeast Caucus, because like I said earlier on, by this comment by the Southeast Caucus, saying that the Jam glitch was targeted at the
youths of the
Southeast is totally, insensitive.
Oh yeah.
It's totally irresponsible.
And not in sync.
It's not in sync, because the youths of the Southeast are not made up of youths of Southeast extraction alone.
Yeah.
And again, we have also made it clear that those that wrote the examination in Lagos, of which even youths of the Southeast extraction are also inclusive.
Yeah.
Were 206,000 plus.
More than all the
five Southeast of 173,000, because I looked at the figures.
Yeah.
So how can anybody in honesty say that it was targeted at the Southeast?
And hear this. The House of Reps caucus is asking for Professor Oloyede to be kicked, to be sacked.
You know, I said it earlier on that the comments of the Southeast Caucus, either at the Senate or the House of Representatives, is very pedestrian, is infantile, is petty. Like our people used to say, is cutting off the head the cure for headache?
It is
absolutely not.
It is not.
If somebody, Yoruba have this saying that tí ẹlẹ́ṣẹ̀ bá mú ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ kò ní pẹ́ lórí ìkúnlẹ̀.
Okay.
If an offender openly recognizes
his
offense, he will not stay long begging.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I goofed. I'm sorry, I made it. Any responsible society knows that to err is woman,
to forgive
is divine.
Yeah.
So if Professor Ishaq Oloyede has admitted an error, and you look at the trajectory of this man, and you have the error that was committed by Jam, as the hallmark of a good leader, Professor Oloyede
owned up.
That is
has made the error his own.
His own. He wasn't shifting blame. Oh no, it didn't happen in our system. No, he said, hold me responsible. I admit. Just recently, former military dictator Ibrahim Babangida wrote a book about service.
Yeah.
A service to nation. How did he title it?
I've forgotten the title.
Yeah. And he claimed that the June 12th election was annulled. He accepted responsibility, but he now said the election was annulled by late General Sani Abacha. He deflected the blame to Abacha for that election. Just recently, Ramde wrote a book where he said when Babangida
that the election of June 12, 1993 was annulled, so government would not pay.
But Abiola is
45 billion.
He said, I read part of the book. He said when he went to General Babangida, that Babangida told him that the election was annulled because Nigeria was owing Abiola too much. Can you imagine? That is a leader that was lying through in between his tongue. But Professor Oloyede has come out openly,
owned up to
what was not even
yeah.
within his ambit. But because the box stops on his table,
yeah,
he said, and any discerning mind knows clearly well that when you look at the review of the technical team that reviewed the results, they were the ones that identified the error. The error.
Yeah, okay.
And they identified where the error came from. And we all know the error came from the third-party vendors who are deploying the technology. So come on, how can you say that type of a man, that character of a man who has shown probity, who has shown leadership, should be asked to go? Nelson, that is not fair.
Nelson, the picture provokes this question. You think this is triggered from somewhere?
Well,
is there, do you read any meaning, sinister, if you like, to it?
No, absolutely. Absolutely. Because, you talked about the Civil War. I think it is high time our brothers and sisters from the Southeast recognize that a lot of us, we have put the pains, we have put the agony of the Civil War, because we are all victims.
Oh, yeah.
So nobody should assume that is a bigger victim than the other.
And besides,